Yo, what's going down, commanders? Right, I got hit offline last night, and I'm trying to make fucking justice of what kicks I've done to these new legendary units, the Scorchers. This guy, he used 16 of them in my base, maxed out level 20. He used 5 tunes, I think 2 lots of air. I'm not 100%. Let me have a check. So there's the unis. No, just 1 set of air. So 5 tunes. 22 Humvees, maxed out Humvees, 16 legendary Scorchers. I don't know what this meteor shot is. I'm not too sure about that one. But if you look, Ramirez, 10 Unis, Yamamoto, Elite Demi-Demon. So he used a big popper tune as well. Dr. Ake, Slapner, Warlord Warfront, and a Lancer. If I go to the play-by-play, his units are maxed. Where am I? Again, I don't know what that meteor shot is. That might be coming out of the Scorchers themselves at level 20. Right, there's a Humvee, level 20 Humvees. Another Humvee. I'm trying to find the Scorchers. I'm sure I saw there was level 20. Yeah, look, level 20 Scorchers. So I'm going to guess he's got them fully teched as well. For 84%, 5 tunes. Probably had the coin boost on as well. I just want to check the levels of his Dr. Ake and Sleipnir. Ramirez is only level 5 on that account, so that's not fully maxed out. But I mean, my point's there. I would have thought 3 or 4 tunes. Well, I would have thought 2 tunes of Scorchers would have done more damage than that. Scorchers put with something else, probably Humvees. Where is his Dr. Ake? Can't see it. Maybe I've gone past it. But I'm going to guess that they're quite high level. Especially if he's coined the there's the unis, level 20 unis. That's a lot of shit. Yeah, that meteor, I think that's the shower that comes down from the Scorchers. It classes itself as a unit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't find these. Level 20 Humvees, Warlord Warfronts 18, Dr. 8 level 10, and Slapnir low level 10, so it's not maxed. But that's a lot of shit to lose for 84%, being that you got... My argument is the Scorchers are not good. And I'm hoping Kixeye will adjust them slightly. I think a lot of people have spent a lot of money on this. I've seen a lot of people with level 20s. And if they've spent that sort of money on it, they expect a return for the cost or the expenditure that they've used. It's ridiculous. They're terrible, guys. They look great in the and Kixeye's designed it to make them look great. They look great being used in the sector breach. They feel like they're fucking proper tanks, but you put them into a half decent. My base isn't good. I'm not going to sit there and pretend that I'm even in the top 1,000. I'm nowhere near it. My base isn't good, and it took 16 of them fucking Scorchers to get 84%. I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking so angry. But what can you do? I have got a plan for these. I will reveal that in another video, but it might not work because they don't... Even the splash doesn't kill airborne or floating. More to the point, it's floating turrets, where I'd hope that they would have hit the floaters. I'm not expecting them to hit air, but floaters you would, because they're only floating off the ground. But, yeah. And I think we've got to use the unis a bit more tactical. So when you start hitting a base... I think instead of going just for the CC, I think you might need to pick off some of the bunkers and towers and whatever the other one's called. What is it called? Strongholds. I think you're going to have to pick them off with the unis, because when the wassits pop out of them, the missionaries pop out of the towers or bunkers, they can get to the Scorchers, and the Scorchers are absolutely no harm whatsoever because they've got a minimum range. you can get within that minimum range and they stop shooting. Poorly designed by Kixeye, very poorly designed. And don't get me wrong, when they put that video out of the level 20s that I downloaded from X and re-uploaded to my YouTube channel, I thought they was going to be quite good. I really did. I was looking at them, I'm thinking, wow, yes, something to fucking go alongside the Humvees, something that makes sense. The Humvees would be the high priority, the Scorchers in behind the Humvees. Maybe I'm not using enough Humvees in my squads, but it's poor. It's poor from Kixeye, in my opinion, very poor. I think what I'm going to try next, I know I put a video out yesterday, they wasn't very high level bases, guys, but they still had units in them. I made sure they did have units in them. But you could see in that, even in that video, when they was hitting, what was the name of that unit? They was hitting these guys, the Voltiger. They were taking forever just to kill the Voltiger. And also I noticed with the other, where is it? Here somewhere, no, not there. With the Voltigers, these Pillims, they just couldn't kill them. So you sat there hitting a fucking unit for 10 minutes. It's poor design on Kixeye's part. I do hope, for the sake of the people that coined it, that Kixeye go back and revisit. Because PvP is supposed to be fun. They've just made it into, get this unit to be able to do that event. And that's what every single other event is become. You look at the main event, you do the main event, so then you can play the skirmish. You get the shadow op, so then you can play the, I forget what it's called, but the unique event. You play the skirmish, so you can play the main event. It boggles the mind, and now we're playing Sector Breach to be able to play Sector Breach instead of PvP. It's terrifying the way Kixeye are going with this, and it's to the point where it's what excuses have they got? What, they're just a small team? They couldn't test this unit and make sure it was actually viable. It made sense. I like the fact that they put a secondary shot, that meteor storm falling out the sky. I think that's great, but there's no damage on these things. They need to be able to do damage to be able to be usable in PvP. They just do. And it boggles my mind that they're that bad. They really are that bad. That means that Kixeye, they've tested it in their own bases. And if you've ever bumped into a Kixeye employee's bases, it used to be DNK tag, you know they're not very good bases. And I'd love to know the players' bases that they're getting their designs for the Sector Breach, because they've got way too many heavy turrets in them to be a player's base. It's a scam. Everything that Kixeye put out in the last year has almost pretty much 100% been a scam. And I don't get it. And I'm not saying that people won't work out how to use these guys. I'm hoping someone does. But I just, for now, as much as I've tested them, I've spent about an hour testing them, maybe done a half a dozen bases or so. For now, they're not good. And looking at the level 20s, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed if I spent money on it. I really would. But hey ho, everyone each to their own. Just be careful, guys. Be careful what how you spend the money in the game, because Kixeye are not playing by fair rules. They're putting that shit and making them look good in the bases that they're the events for, and in the next breath, they're no good for anything else. Anyway, I've waffled on for long enough. Hopefully, I'm not saying don't get them, guys. I'm hoping Kixeye touch them. I hope Kixeye improve on them, give them a stat boost, a buff even, and then they could become good. But other than that, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.